Is this your first time attending conferences or becoming a moderator or speaker with World Digital or Boom Conference?
I used to moderate sessions with Echelon with E27, but it was a live, conference. It's the first time I think doing it on virtual, so it's a very refreshing. There are no butterflies in the stomach or whatever. I'm more comfortable like this.
How's the experience have been for you as a moderator, and what do you find meaningful throughout the conversation with the panels?
Well, I think before we had the actual panel, we had a pre-interview where we also discussed much of the things we discussed during the panel itself. So I think it was good that we had that icebreaker and we had time to really get to know, at least get to converse with each other on chat, on the call, right? Sometimes during a live conference, you get on the stage, you don't get to discuss first, right? So there's that gap. I think with the virtual conference, there's more opportunity to really get across, information and details with your co-panelists.
Is there any areas that you think we can improve further moving forward?
I think in terms of the platform used, well, number one, there are some challenges since we use Zoom for the actual interview, we use Hubilo for the event. But I think having Angela, having you here, and I think it was John. John who was Angela's one of the technical persons, managing and guiding us. I think that's a good thing. So we know where to go, where to click. And I'm actually using two computers, one for the video and one for the event, right? So that's something to refer to. So it is one challenge, but I mean, it's something good. I mean, maybe for speakers, no need to adjust. Right? Maybe for moderators, there's something need more tools to access, I guess.
What are the key takeaways that you learned from the session or the conference overall?
Well, I think our topic was very, very comprehensive, right? It's quality of life, and we focused on well, two of the participants were in health tech, and one is in climate tech, right? But the focus is on quality of life. So I guess it's a big topic, and there's so much we can discuss. But much of the focus was on health tech, well, on accessibility of these on services, health services, and I think it might be good to at least narrow down the focus a bit. So my takeaway is that COVID is a catalyst for change that accelerated the digital transformation for a lot of businesses, a lot of industries, a lot of countries, right? Um, in my experience in startups, a lot of startups have been there a long time before COVID, decades before, years before, we've been doing these digital services, right? Trying to improve on it. But here, COVID came, and we need to do things digitally, right? We can't just go out. We can't just mingle with people. We have to do like what we're doing now, right? So it's good that we are here, and much has to be done, I would think. And uh, I think companies like what we like Dr. Call, who um, and the YooHoo, right? And we we have some sort of influence, or we can we have a voice in how things will be changing in terms of the digital aspect. So I guess that's my main takeaway, right? It's not always negative. COVID has given us, opportunities, to overcome these challenges, I would say.
How's your business? Like, how do you pivot? Now it's already COVID, right? So is there any pivoting? How's the business going?
Well, I've been actually in the content business for 15 years now, and when COVID came, I mean, I've been mostly working remote for more than 10 years, so nothing much has changed. I mean, working anywhere at the home, at a cafe, or at a co-working space. So, and I'm glad to say that my business and my company, my industry has not been affected negatively by COVID. So unlike other businesses that have had to scale down or close, right? So I'm thankful for that. What I think will be important at this point is how I myself or in my industry can help other industries in, you know, in dealing with the impact of COVID as well. I mean, a lot of people I know who have small businesses, who have physical businesses, are closing down, right, because of the lockdowns, because of the restrictions. So I think that's my responsibility on my part. But in terms of my own business, it's not really negative impact. In fact, it's still thriving. Like what we're doing right now, we're doing events, virtually, right? My companies used to do events in Singapore, in Manila, in Indonesia, Malaysia every so often, but because of COVID, we can't travel, right? So I guess it's one thing we're finding. It's a matter of finding, new ways to do things. I guess that's a change in perspective, I think.